Hey everybody, I've got my really warm plantain mint tea with a little bit of lemon this morning, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my resolutions because it's the 2nd of January and my phone is going crazy. Let me turn it off for a second. This year I've just been trying to reflect on a lot of different things, and like I said last year, this year has been like very big with self-development, I feel like, for me. So, and I hope that's a really good thing. I think it's a really good thing because I have one underlying resolution this year, only one, and then I have it broken down into 15 different points, both for my personal development, for business goals, and for home goals inside my home. So everything that I am going to say, the underlying purpose is just to be more like Jesus. I've really grown to love him more and just to want to be more like him and to realize how often I have fallen short. And of course, he knows that we are made of dust. Good grief, everybody is messaging me at the same time. Anyway, so I just want to be more like Jesus. The 5 that I have, 5 points under personal development, is that I want to pray more. I want to really invest in and just, I guess, be intentional about praying and making it a bigger priority in my life. I want to talk less about myself and pray more about other people and other problems, and just really invest in some intercessory prayer. Number 2, I really want to do Bible memorization. I believe that it's a strong part of your spiritual walk, and it's something that I want all of my kids, as we do more homeschooling, I want them to definitely make a priority. It's very good for your brain. If you've done any kind of research or heard anything about memorization to your brain is like exercise to your body. So very healthy all the way around, and that's exactly what Proverbs says, right? Like, it's healthy for your body to do what the Bible says. So number 3 is just to be consistent. I need more consistency in my life. And it's not that I set out not to keep my word, but it's easy just to make excuses for myself if things get hard, or just to forget. And so I want to be more consistent about, if I say I'm going to do something or that I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be much more careful about what I say I'm going to do versus what I would like to do. Okay, so consistency is number 3. Number 4 is kindness. And this really has like such a strong root from something I learned at MomCon. There's this fantastic lady by the name of Shanti Feldham, and I got to meet her and get a selfie with her. She was a pretty important lady. She has done tons of relationship research, just interviewing probably thousands of people, just trying to collect information and statistics. And she wrote a book called the 30 Days of Kindness Challenge. And it's just about breaking habits that you may not even know that you have, just to be less selfish and to be more kind and to be more gracious and becoming a better person just with kindness. So I've not gotten that book, but I definitely want to. It's on my wish list in Amazon. So number 5 is I just want to give more grace to people, because it's easy sometimes for me to become very angry if things don't go the way I want, and I'm not always as patient as what I would like, and that's a character flaw I have seen very clearly in myself, and so I'm going to work on that, and with the Lord's help, all of these will be accomplished. Maybe I should post a picture of all of my whole list here. I've got a little clipboard. serious about resolutions, right? And maybe I should just stop here and just say, I think it's really important to give yourself grace and to remember that if you feel like you failed one day, that does not mean that the whole rest of the year is trash. The Bible says that Jesus' mercies are new every morning, and every morning is a type of new year for you. It's a new chance to make things better and to make a difference in somebody else's life. And that's what I really want to do. You know, I don't want to live for myself anymore because that is so lame. You know, I just want to be more like Jesus. So, business goals. So this goes pretty closely with personal development goals. I want to build strong relationships, and it's becoming very important and apparent to me that rank is not quite as important to me. I mean, the paycheck, Young Living is so very generous. I have heard time after time that there is no multi-level marketing company that even comes close to comparing to Young Living's compensation plan. They are so incredibly generous. There's so many benefits in Young Living, and that's probably one reason why I'm sticking with it, because they make the first couple steps in business very easy to succeed. So rank, though, as beautiful as it is, it's secondary to becoming more like Jesus and just to helping other people. So number 2, I want to be faithful to classes. I want to schedule more classes and be faithful to carry through. It's easy to do those on the weekend because I have a lot of people in my downline who have a job, and I don't. I get to stay home a lot. And it's easy for me to just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do all these classes, and then the weekend comes and I'm like, haven't really invited anybody. So I'm going to do better on that with the Lord's help, Lord willing. Number 3, I want to be faithful to love deeply. And this goes right along with the kindness and the grace and the consistency in the personal development. I want to be known for my love of other people and of unity. And man, I've got a lot of work in my parenting, in my marriage, because there's a lot of times where I don't say the right thing. But the important thing is to call out your mistakes and to correct them, and not to keep doing the same stupid things over and over when they're not working. So number 4, move forward. So in my business, I do not want to be stagnant. I want to be working, because I'm going to do it pretty slow paced. I'm afraid it's going to be slow, but I want it to be steady and sustainable. And that's important for me. Very important for me. Number 5, I want to keep learning. And this isn't probably the easiest thing on my list, because I naturally love to learn new things. And if you've talked to me like more than maybe 10 minutes, I probably mentioned some kind of random fact that I read on Pinterest or on the internet or in a book or something, because I love to keep learning. So those are my business goals. My home goals, because when you have a home business, maybe especially with multi-level marketing, it's very hard, and it's a continuing struggle to figure out how your family fits into your business. And I've heard a lot of people give very, very good advice, very wise advice on this. But number 1, I want our family to sit around the table at least once a day. Dr. James Dobson says that is incredibly important for children's development, and I just feel like a closer knit family when we're around the table at least once a day. And some days with Daniel's crazy schedule, it might have to be lunch, it might have to be breakfast, it might have to be dinner. But stop that, please. Would you please stop? Number 2 is to read one book per day to my kids. Reading is like so important for kids' developments, and I definitely want to do that, at least one per day, and that takes 5 minutes. My third one is to hold each child for a minimum of 5 minutes, or at least to just reach out to them physically and let them to know I love them and they are still an important part of my life. Our bedtime routine is a huge part of that. And then number 4 has to do with my house and how it looks. I have to have some level of neat and uncluttered space. And so I've decided, Lord willing, that I'm going to spend 3 hours per day on household work. Unless my house doesn't need it. But this is like basics. So we're talking laundry, dishes, and clutter. I have 3 hours, and then I want to stop working on it and do something else, like work on my business or have some downtime, which is number 5. I want to be intentional about my downtime, my winding down, my me time. And it's easy for me to just forget about me time. And then on the other hand, it's easy for me to go through seasons where I'm only doing things that I want to do and nothing productive gets done. So maybe that just goes back to the consistency issue. So those are my things that I feel like each and every one of these, if I can accomplish even one of them, I'll be more like Jesus, because these are all character flaws that I know I need to work on. So I hope that I can just encourage you just to realize, if you have resolutions, if you don't have resolutions, every morning is a new day, and you don't have to throw anything away just because you made mistakes. And that can be the temptation for me, like, well, I already messed up, might as well forget it the rest of the year, because that's not a true resolution anyway. You fall and you get up and you try again, and you be strong. So those are mine. I hope you have a fantastic new year, and I will be talking to you individually at some point. You guys have a good day. Bye.